When I was 16, I dropped out because I was making enough money to live on my own. And I'm here to tell you that is one of the things I'm most happy about because I am not on shackles. Okay? What school does, and the reason why I use school as an analogy is because when I see jobs, I've never worked a job before, but when I see jobs, it reminds me of school. Right, you gotta wake up to this cuck clock, this alarm clock. You got some fat bastard telling you, hey, you gotta wake up this time or you're gonna get in trouble, boy. Wake up at this time or you're fired. Wake up at this time or you're gonna get in trouble. We're gonna tell your mom that you're late to school. Then she's gonna get mad at you. And then we're gonna start, actually reprimanding you. We're gonna put you in ISS or whatever the hell they do. Right? I never really got in trouble for being late, but they used to do that. If you come late too many times, you go to ISS. Or you even get suspended, which kind of seems counterproductive. But that's what they did, okay? You don't wake up to your cuck clock. You don't wake up at this time, you get in trouble. We control everything about you. You can't say this, you can't say that. You gotta wake up at this time. Now, I'm a high testosterone individual. I don't know about you, but I am. That's why I look like a grown man. Look at me. I'm 17. My hormones must be going crazy. And still going crazy. I know that. Okay? Don't ask me how I know. But on a serious note, okay, you know what I want to do? Okay? You know what I wanted to do? This is what I want to do. Tell that fat bastard, hey, fatty, fatso, go for a walk and lose some weight. I wake up whenever I want. I say whatever I want. I do whatever I want. You have no control over me that I do not give you. Okay? I'm not going to be forced. I'm not going to be shackled. And this is why I am so against working a job. They shackle you. Because you know what? You make a YouTube video saying Judeo-Christian is an oxymoron. And that's a very light way of putting it. Okay? You get in trouble. You go to your job and they're like, you can't say this anymore. Delete it. Or maybe they fire you straight up. You're censored. You have a big tape over your mouth. And then, waking up. You're tired. You want to go back to sleep, but you can't. Because your fat boss, the fat bastard, is telling you, hey, you got to come in at this time or you're fired. No. Can't do that. So while I've never been in this position where I need to get out of a full-time job, I understand the sentiment. You're a man. You want to be shackled. This is exactly what I would do to get out of a full-time job. First, you have to do some math. And I know, I don't want to do math. Do math. Okay? Get a piece of paper or get a notepad with a calculator. And figure out how much money you need in order to survive. Okay? And do not include BS expenses. Don't include your browser subscription. Don't include your premium subscription. Not Spotify premium. Although you shouldn't even be paying for Spotify premium, but not that premium subscription either. Not Xvideos Red or whatever other subscriptions these degenerate websites have. No Netflix, no Xbox Game Pass, none of that. No weed. Oh, don't take my weed. No weed. Okay? None of that. Your actual living expenses for your rent, for your food, healthy food. Don't cheap out on food. Okay, all that money you're spending on that BS over there, spend it on healthy food. Healthy food, I'm going to explain that more later. Healthy food, healthy water. What else? Things that actually add to your life. Absolute necessities, okay? Write that down. How much money do you need? Now, if you're working a full-time job and you drop the part-time, do it. And still cover your expenses, do it. Okay, because everyone gets working hours wrong. And if you can drop your hours even more by moving in with your parents, do it. I understand it's going to make you feel like a loser and whatever, but you're in this position where you have to watch this video. Okay, so got to be willing to do something you don't want to do, okay? The reason why you want to cut your hours just to be able to cover your expenses because this is a trap, okay? Everyone is wrong about working hours, all right? Because, to put it very simply, this is a rat race. And I guess I'd rather use mice. Okay, this is a race full of mice. All right? And as someone from the third-person perspective who doesn't work a job and can see everything, like I'm here, everyone's here. I can see everything, right? I see there's cheese, which is working extra hours for extra money. But it's connected to a trap. And that trap is being the average person. Because the average person is working a job and they get their promotions, like it starts at 15, then it goes to 17, then it goes to 18, then it goes to 21. They're like, oh my god, I get to make more money. What they don't realize is, even at the end of it, when you're 65 and you could barely retire, so a lot of people aren't even able to retire at 65 because of how terrible the economy has gone. Like, always remember this. And this even goes for me, but I'm in a better position because I'm already free, right? One day they can print so much money that your money is completely worthless. like that, and you can't even retire anymore. That's actually the reality for a lot of people. Inflation was so bad that their retirements got messed up. Remember that, okay? Don't think, oh, I'm gonna work at this Foot Locker forever and then I'm gonna retire. That's not even guaranteed, bro. But remember this: even for your promotions, when you're making $20 an hour, okay, and that's like the best promotion you can get for quite a bit at this Foot Locker or wherever you work. That's all you're gonna be, bro. This is the trap. You're always only going to be the guy who works like 8 hours a day at Foot Locker and makes $20 an hour. That's all you're gonna be. There's gonna be an average dude. You're not gonna be financially free because I'm gonna explain to you what financial freedom is. Okay. And I'm here. Okay. I'm watching everyone go for the cheese. But I see the trap. I'm like, hey, don't go for the cheese. Don't go for the cheese. I'm trying to tell you all, don't go for the cheese. I just keep seeing people go for the cheese. Just instant gratification. And it's linked to everything else because you are conditioned to take instant gratification. Oh, cupcake. You don't think about the consequences of eating that cupcake. Okay? Everyone is so short-sighted. You need to be able to see beyond. Okay? Sure, this $20 an hour may be nice right now. Maybe you can buy a few extra drinks when you go get wasted at the club. Maybe you can buy an extra subscription with it. Those type of subscriptions. Maybe you can buy a new controller so you can be better at Fortnite. But that's all just short-term gratification. But we're looking for long-term gratification. Okay? You gotta think like that. Because that's how successful people think. That's how financially free think. I'm gonna tell you what financial freedom is. Financial freedom is not making a bunch of money. Okay? Because there's a lot of people who make a bunch of money who aren't financially free. The banker who works like 10 hours a day. Sure, he makes like $200K a year. He makes a lot of money, but is he really financially free? He's working 10 hours a day. He's slaving away at his job. That's not financial freedom. Financial freedom is when you cover your expenses while being able to do whatever you want. So you know what? Someone making $2K a month could be financially free. Okay, you got to reframe the way you think about it. Because really, this stuff is arbitrary. Okay? I'll give you an example. If someone's making $200K a year, okay, but they have to work 10 hours a day, is that really better than someone who works like 1 hour a day, making $2K a month, but their expenses are $1K? Like, really think about it. Or maybe even 4 hours. As you know, there's a book called 4 Hour Work Week, which I actually do recommend. I don't feel like going into how I read books, but reading books is kind of a scam. You got to do it a certain way. I'll make a video about that. But like 4 Hour Work Week, works 4 hours, makes $2,000 a month. His expenses are $1,000. That's better than that dude making $200K because he's working 10 hours a day, slaving away. I'd rather be this guy over here making $2K a month. Remember that. It's not about total income. It's about income relative to the time you're spending on your job and how much money you need to spend. That's the real equation here, okay? And it's also not working hard. You don't get it by working hard, okay? I'm actually going to start talking about how to gain financial freedom. You don't get it by working hard. I'm going to tell you something, okay? In a video I made about, generating 6 figures of revenue, and, this thing I'm doing that I'm pretty sure I can live on my own with pretty comfortably, and I don't work hard, okay? Yeah, maybe at the start I work a bit hard, but I don't work hard. And when I say working hard, I mean, this mindset that's been instilled in you. Like, working hard is like, oh, you get on your computer, you throw it on your table, and you work for like 10 hours. I don't do that. You know how much I work? Probably work like an hour a day. Balance it out, like an hour a day, maybe an hour and a half. I don't even realize it. I don't even notice. I don't work hard, okay? Some of you may sound crazy, and when I talk about my business, like, oh, you must work so hard on it, you must spend so many hours. I don't. I really don't. I don't at all. But I actually do believe in working hard. My version of working hard is very different from everyone else's, and I'm going to explain that to you later. But we're going to go a bit more into this achievement of financial freedom, okay? I made a video talking about how to make $1,000 a week. I'll link in the description, okay? Teaches you how to flip at thrift stores. I used to make $30 to $100 a week doing it. I only went once a week. One trip a week with my mom. If you hit like 3 thrift stores in one trip, you could probably make way more. I don't see any reason why you can't make $600 a week. Now, it is true that your thrift stores are very relative. Like some thrift stores, some people can make like 2,000 a week, literally. Some people can only make 400 because their thrift stores suck. Okay, so I understand. You know, if your thrift stores suck, then thrift stores suck. Then you're in a bit of a predicament. But in any case, you want to make money here. Okay, quick money. All right, this doesn't take time. You need like an hour or two. You know, assuming you know your thrift stores aren't really far away. An hour or two, including listing, including shipping, all that other stuff. Okay, only need an hour or two a day. If you can get good at that, that can replace your job. You'll be able to quit your job, or maybe you can drop the part-time. Okay? And you want to start blocking your time out, because I really want you to start doing that, because it's going to give you extra money to work with. Alright, that's going to be outside of your job. You're actually start learning how to make your own money. Okay? It's going to be a big thing, because a lot of you have only ever made money inside of a job. Starting to make your own money, even if it's just a little bit from a thrift store, that's a big accomplishment. You start getting some confidence. That's important. But in any case, you want to get another notepad out, another piece of paper, and schedule out your day. So let's say you have to work full-time for whatever reason. I don't see any reason why you need to work full-time, but let's say you do, okay? 9 to 5. I only do that because it's a very simple time format. Okay, 9 to 5. Let's say you get home at 5:30. What do you do when you get home? Well, we can go to the thrift store, although that's not really a good time to go. It's like, okay, well, 5:30, okay, I guess we're going to have to work with it, okay? Maybe it won't get as much money, but it'll work. Then, what about the rest of the time? The rest of the time for most people is just spent doing BS, okay? Absolute BS. Video games, browsers, wow. No, be different. The rest of that time is going to be spent on something you choose, okay? If you want financial freedom, you have to start your own business. Okay, unless you have some job that you really love. But in that case, would you be watching? If you had some job you love, would you be watching this video right now? No, you wouldn't. So, write it out. What do you really want to do? Think about it. Don't just, well, I want to do this. No, think about it. Think about it very deeply. If you really want an extra guide into this, watch our video about being lost in life. It's going to teach you a bit about this, but really think about what you want to do. Let's say you want to be a copywriter. Now, I think the best business personally is what I'm doing right now. Personal branding, because you can talk about whatever you want. It's fun. Like, I enjoy this. This is fun. All right? But let's say let's say you want to be a copywriter. Okay. Plan out your times. Dedicate time to doing what a copywriter needs to do. So, look around. Okay, you need to do some outreach. You need to make some content. You need to get better at copywriting. Whatever. Right? Maybe make a landing page so people can give your email and send marketing emails, etc. Okay? Do what a copywriter does. Spend your time doing that. And make a to-do list every single day of what a copywriter should be doing, and do it every single day. And it has to be something you really want to do, because if you don't do it, okay, if it's not something you really want to do, something you really thought about, then you're going to give up. So I'm going to tell you something, alright? Success is not linear. This is what jobs condition you to think. Jobs condition you to think, well, I start at 13, I go up to 15, then I go up to 17, then I go up to 20. That's not how starting your own business goes. Starting a business goes like this: 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4K. Wow. That's how it is. Okay, I'm going to tell you my story. I started this business when I was like 15. Okay? And I went from 1 month making... Okay, the business specifically made $0. $0 a month. 4K a month. Because I figured out a good marketing strategy. Literally. Just like that. Just like that. 0 to 4K. You work a job, you're not getting up to 15 to 30 in 1 month. Or more accurately, I mean, 0 to 4K, I mean, let's actually put that in like $15 to $100 an hour. You're not doing that at a job, okay? But that's because jobs are like this. They're linear. Running your own business is like that. It's exponential. Okay? And this is why I talk about capping your potential. With this exponential graph can go up all the way up to millions of dollars a year. This graph is capped like, 25, can't get it above that. Sorry, man. It's a trap. It's such an obvious trap. Because if you spent all that time working those extra hours just working on a business, you would get this big spike. But the linear graph, you don't get that. It's a trap. It's instant gratification. The graph starts higher than the exponential graph. But the exponential graph ends a lot higher than the linear graph. It just want you to look at this. They don't want you to look at that. Okay? And let's talk a bit about time. And I'll go back to that point because I think time is very important, okay? What separates broke people from people that actually are financially free, and remember I defined financial freedom earlier, is how they value their time. I'm going to tell you a story about, I've told the story before, but it's a story about my family in a parking garage. So we were going to a parking garage. We're going to a restaurant. There was a parking garage. It was $15 an hour. We're about to go park. Then one of my family members who manages the money is like, whoa, it's way too much. Way too much. There's one for like $5 or $10 around here. We saw, someone else took it. We're going to go there. So we had to spend like 15 to 20 minutes trying to find it. We found it, and we saved like $5 to $10. And it was like a massive victory for the person that wanted to save the money. But to me, that's not worth it. Think about your time. Value your time. Is your time really only worth? Because remember, we save like $5 to $10, an extra 20 minutes. How much is that really worth? Okay, what, like 10? No. Like $25, $20 an hour. 20 minutes to save $5 to $10. Is that all your time is worth? And a lot of you may not be thinking about that because a lot of you are taught to penny pinch. And this is why you have two traps to deal with, okay? You have the traps of the regular people, which are obviously traps. Most people look at it like, oh yeah, that's BS. But then you have the traps of the people who make money on YouTube. That might be the first time I ever sneezed on a video. Anyways. Yeah, thank you for saying bless you, by the way. You have these people on YouTube saying, bro, if you want to be financially free, okay, you got to save all your money, all right? Pick up those extra hours. The work, grind. Save up that money. Put it in an index fund. And then don't spend $5 on your coffees. You're going to be rich. Those people are BSing as hard as everyone else. Because it's BS, bro. The way you actually get financially free is by valuing your time. Okay, is your time really only worth like $10 an hour? Ask yourself the question, are you so valueless? Are you such a useless little worm that your time is only worth $10 an hour? Or even $15 an hour? There's people out here making tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars an hour. At the very top, tens of thousands of dollars an hour. No, you can get to that point. Yeah, you can. Believe me, you can. There's people who do it. There's people who start from worse positions than you who have gotten there. Unless you're like, oh, I have cerebral palsy. I don't know what to do. I mean, even if you have cerebral palsy, you can figure something out. I mean, dude, there's probably someone with cerebral palsy out here making like tens of thousands of dollars an hour. Why can't you? Why is your time worth so little where you have to penny pinch? This is what these people are proposing you, where you penny pinch to save $10 an hour. Save $10. And you're like, oh, well then, you can go put it into Robinhood and you make 10% a year. Yeah, $10 turns into what after a year, after 10%? $1. Went from $10 to $11. Congratulations. It's stupid. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. Okay? Your goal is to achieve something to where your time is so valuable, where you barely have to work, or you outsource your projects so your time is not connected. This is how people get financially free, okay? You either, maybe you can only get it to like, I don't know, $4K a month in a business. But imagine that's in $4K a month outsourced. So you aren't actually doing anything, but other people are doing it. That's basically a passive 4K. Maybe you have to spend a few hours a month, keeping up to check everything, but it's a very passive 4K because you're outsourcing it. You get to that point. You're not making a lot, but you're outsourcing it. It's hourly, you're making, you might even be making, $500 an hour because you outsourced it. Or you make your time so valuable, your working time so valuable, like we're making $1,000 an hour where you only have to work a few hours a week. That's actual financial freedom. That's actually being quote unquote wealthy, quote unquote rich. Not being the banker who makes $200K a year but works 10 hours a day. Okay? It's not it. Now, I want to go back to thinking about that business. Alright? You need to think really deeply about this. If you didn't think about it deeply earlier, think about it deeper now. If you want to know how deeply it is, okay? Think about a 6. I'm talking about a woman, a 6. Alright, you wouldn't go that deep into her. Okay, that's how most people think about this, okay? It's like, she's a 6, you know. Or maybe they're like an incel, they would go balls deep. But it's like you, it's like, well, you know, maybe it'll be a bit fun, but right? That's how most people think about what they want to do in life. What you have to do, alright, we're talking about deepness, okay? Deep in the hole, alright? What you have to think is, you know what? I'm about to take a bunch of shots. You take a bunch of shots, and you take one too many. Now, how deep are you going to go into that 6? You're going balls deep. That's exactly have to think about what you want to do in life. Balls deep. Balls deep. Deeper inside of a 6 when you have too many drinks. Okay? That's the way you got to think about life. Dedicate your time to thinking about this. Like I said earlier, actually think about it. Now, I already told you about this to-do list, but make your to-do list and do that every single day. And don't BS and spread yourself thin, because I'm going to give you an example, alright? There's something called the 80-20 rule. And the way you apply this is, you only focus on the things that actually get you results. Okay, so for me, that's like fulfilling orders, responding to emails, buying more inventory, making social media posts. That's it. The second I start BSing, like, well, I'm going to change the position of my logo on my website. That's BS. Don't do that. And also don't spread yourself thin, because after I made my first business, I want to start a second one. And instead of just getting my camera out and starting to record videos like this, you know what I did? Well, I'm going to start a TikTok thing page. I'm going to start another one. I'm going to start 4 at the same time. I'm going to do this business as well. I'm going to do this business. I'm going to do it all at the same time. Stupid retard. Why would you do that? I'm talking to myself right now. Why? Why would you do that? Look at myself in the camera right now. You idiot. Bro, you probably could have made it by now if you weren't such an idiot. Like, don't do that BS. Okay, pick one thing. One thing. Pick 1 6. Have too many drinks and go balls deep. Okay, that's what you got to do. And also, don't think small. Okay? Because thinking small is going to get you nowhere. I'm going to give you an example, alright? Because most people think, well, you know, and this is how I thought for a long time. It's like, well, if I could just make an extra, you know, $2,000 a month, oh my god, life would be so amazing. And they set their goal, $2,000 a month. That's thinking small, okay? Listen. Maybe you don't have the biggest cock. Maybe your wiener's a bit small. But if you have to work on this, you have to think with a bigger one, okay? Yeah, it might be small, I know, but just pretend it's bigger. And if you actually do have a big one, then what are you doing? Bro, come on. You already got a big one. You don't even have to imagine anything. Just use it. Okay? You have retards out here. Literal retards. Making $100K a month. These drop shippers. These influencers. Hundreds of $1,000s a month. They don't even work that hard. Work that hard in quotations. And you're telling me your big goal, like, oh my god, my big goal is $2,000 a month? Come on, think bigger. What can you really achieve? Is $2,000 a month all you can achieve? You can achieve way more than that, bro. Think with a bigger wiener, okay? Just, you know, maybe you only have a 2-inch Punisher, but you'll turn into a 8-inch. Okay, and then think with it. Alright, visualize. Now, think about, like, let's go back to a job. Think about a full-time job. If they said, okay, you have to work full-time hours, but you're only going to make $200 a month. Would you do that? Like, no, what the hell? I'm making, like, what, $2 an hour? Maybe even less? No, it's BS. I'm not going to do that. What if they said, okay, well, you work full-time hours, but you're going to make $20K a month? You'd be a lot more receptive to that, wouldn't you? It's the same thing with this journey. You are dedicating your life to this journey of becoming financially free and actually becoming wealthy. Are you going to do all this work Are you going to spend all this time, getting no results for 2K a month? No. You're going to end up giving up. That's why a lot of people give up. Because remember, it's an exponential graph. The second you start making 2,000, you get up to 4, 6, 8, etc. Of course, depending on your niche a little bit and other stuff. Whatever you set your goal at is where you're going to achieve, because it's connected to how you think. I'm going to give you, because I'll just tell you this right now. If your goal is to only make 2K a month, like, oh, you think with your little 2-inch Punisher, it's like, oh, wow, only going to make 2K a month, you're going to give up. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you something about me. Alright? I had an old channel. Now, I recorded videos like this, and I started that. For about 6 months, I've been making videos. I opened this channel up about a month, a month and some change. Okay, and I haven't missed a single day. I can't remember, throughout these 6 months, I haven't missed a single day that wasn't a day I didn't have internet. Haven't missed a single day. And look how many subscribers I have right now. I have 16 or 17. My old one had 32 subscribers, and I recorded like 400, 500 videos. I get up every single day and record these videos, talk, and work on my speech, work on my intelligence, work on every single thing about me, so I can make better videos every single day for 6 months without getting a single dime from it. I've gotten $0 from this venture. Zero. Nothing. In fact, I'm negative. I had to buy this mic. Now, what else? I already had this light. Well, whatever. I don't know. I'm negative. That's all I know. I'm negative. 6 months. Negative. But you know why I'm still doing it? You know why I still show up every day? Because I know how success works, because I've experienced it. It's not this. It's not this linear graph. It's this. I know, for a while. I mean, 0, 0, 0, and you have a bunch of retards going like, oh, you're making $0 right now. Why do you keep doing it? What they don't understand is you make 0, 0, 0, 0, and then, wow, now I'm financially free. It's like that. I've seen the sweep before. The exponential spike. That's what I'm going to get. I know I'm going to get it. You know what that spike's going to be? It's not going to be, oh, well, hopefully I make $2,000 a month. No. I'm going to get like 200,000 people on my server. I'm going to get 2,000 of them, into the program. How much is that? It's like over 100K a month. Okay, or maybe I make it more because there's so many people that want it. Maybe I make another program. And yes, I do sell a product. You sell a product? That's so bad. I do sell a product. It's going to be the greatest product in the sphere. Okay? So look at the other products. They don't have what mine has. This is the way you gotta think. You may think I'm some arrogant retard and just talking crap, but this is the way you gotta think. Because if you don't think like this, you're not gonna get anywhere, and you're gonna give up. You're one of those losers like, oh, well, success is all luck. And don't be one of those people, because you know what? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen to me. Okay, and this is gonna happen to you too. Okay, we're in the same boat here, because we're actually gonna change our lives. Alright? Sure, I'm financially free, but I'm not where I want to be. I have higher goals. Alright, so we're in the same boat here, in reality. We're going to be making 0, 0, and I was going to laugh. I was like, oh, you're doing something so dumb. And then, you're going to hit the spike. I'm going to hit the spike. You're going to hit the spike. We're going to hit the spike. And everyone's going to say, oh, he was lucky. He was lucky. He was a lucky person. I can't do that because he's lucky. I call those people coping cocksuckers. Because all they see is this. They see this and like, oh wow, in 1 month you went from 0 to 4K, you must have been so lucky. But they don't see the years of work that went into that. Sure, that business only had like a month of work into it, but guess what? I started when I was 15. When I was 12, I was trying to make money. I was doing research. I was trying to figure it out. I was a little kid. I was a little retard doing swag bucks. Okay, I went through all that crap and I didn't give up. Then one day it paid off. And you know what? I'm not giving up here. I've been here for 6 months, and eventually this is going to pay off too. And that's the way you have to think. If you don't think like that, you're going to be like everyone else. Because you know what everyone else thinks? Oh, things haven't been working for the past 2 weeks. I'm going to give up. I'm going to go be a normal person. And you know what? If you feel like giving up at any point, watch my video about, watch this video if you feel like giving up. Because if you give up, you're just going to be an average person. We already established, you don't want to be the average person. You don't be the average person making $20 an hour at Foot Locker when you can't even retire at 65. You want something more. You want something better out of life. Now, and obviously keep your goals within reason. Don't be like that one kid that's like the thing where like, I want to be a chicken nugget. Don't be a stupid, retarded idiot. okay? Don't be like that dumb kid. That kid's such an idiot. You want to be a chicken nugget? You can't be a chicken nugget, Billy. Retard. Billy, don't be like Billy, okay? Billy's an idiot. Well, he's only 6 years old. How can he know that a chicken nugget's not possible? He should know, okay? My kid will know out of the womb. My kid will be in the womb, and he'll know. He'll literally say out loud, like I'll be holding my wife's belly, right? And this kid, I'm gonna hear it from inside the womb. The kid's gonna be like, "It's impossible to be a chicken nugget. I'm gonna be a G." Like, yeah, damn right, son. I'm gonna rub his mom's belly. Okay? That's the difference between my kids and those other kids. Okay, Billy's a retard. Billy's 6 years old. He should know he can't be a chicken nugget. Okay, Billy, whatever. Billy. Silly Billy. If you get that reference, you're cheap. But in any case, talk really quickly about your foundational factors. Because you may have heard me allude to this earlier. And I talked about, hey, don't cheap out on food. Don't cheap out on your diet. These are what I call your foundational factors, and that's sleep, diet, fitness, mental health. These are extremely important. There's another thing wrong with the grind mindset. Okay, these people who grind 10 hours a day, they're nerd necking, they're on their laptops. They're out of shape, they eat crap food, they have terrible mental health, okay, and they don't get any sleep. I'm here to tell you, don't do that, okay? If you have the choice of sleeping 8 hours or 6 hours, but you get an extra 2 hours of work done, sleep 8 hours. Screw the work. Because quality over quantity. Your quality of work is going to deteriorate significantly if you don't get sleep, if you aren't in physical shape, and you aren't eating good food. That will all affect your mental health. You need to have high quality work. You know what? Think about it like this. You are no longer working for another person. You're working for yourself. Part of working for yourself is eating the right food, having the right fitness routine, getting the right sleep. And that's a part of your job now, to do that. That's a part of my job. I eat healthy, I work out, I get sleep. Okay? And I know the difference. Okay, I've been sleep deprived. You've been sleep deprived. You know what? You probably are sleep deprived. Because I'm in bed literally 12 hours. Okay? And I get 8 to 10 hours of sleep from that. You, because of your cut clock, and you being forced to wake up, probably haven't experienced that. So you might be sleep deprived right now, and you might not even realize. You haven't realized how terrible your work has been, diminished. Because I know how it is to be sleep deprived. I've been sleep deprived a few times. Even during this time when I'm sleep as much as I want. Sometimes I stay up late. I get sleep deprived. I can tell the difference. I'm not as sharp. Like today, I got a very good night of sleep. I'm a lot sharper. I feel it. My brain is firing. It's firing a little too quickly. So, it can be a bit discombobulated sometimes. But it's okay. Because I'm the best. Don't penny pinch on these things. Don't penny pinch on your food. Don't penny pinch on your fitness. Prioritize these things. Sleep, fitness, diet. Okay? I don't care if you're still working the full time, okay? Figure out a way to get your sleep in, to get your workout in, to work on this business, and work on the flipping. I know that sounds like a lot of things, and it's true. There's a bit of, quite a bit of things, but you gotta do it. Okay? And you know what? You don't need to go to the gym to work out. You can do push-ups. You can, get a pull-up bar. You can do squats. You can do harder squat variations when those get too easy. You do all these things. There's no excuses, okay? I made videos about all these subjects. You know what? There's a playlist in the description. I have the video about making $1,000 a week because that specifically goes to the business I recommended to you. But also there's a playlist there. And those playlists have a bunch of videos in it about stuff you have to work on. Things like your diet, your fitness, your mental health, etc. Watch those videos. And remember, when it comes to your work, quality over quantity. Don't be one of these retards on the grind working 6-8 hours straight, but it's crap work. You'd rather work 1 to 2 hours of really high quality work and sleep the rest of the time. Remember that. Don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for the trap over here of these retards trying to tell you, work at this job and make $20 an hour for the rest of your life. Also, don't fall for these retards telling you, grind 10 hours a day. It's all BS. I'm telling you the truth. This is all part of a bigger movement. Christian men cannot be in shackles. Christian men have to be able to say whatever they want. Because if we aren't, guess what? We're not going to be able to say things like, okay, there's only 2 genders. If I had a job, and one of my social media went, there's only 2 genders, I would get in trouble. More often than not. Especially if someone really took offense to it and tried. And people do that. I don't believe people aren't that low. There aren't low lives that exist like that. There are. We need freedom to say whatever we want. We can't be censored because we tell the truth. We're Christian men. We tell the truth. Want to join the movement? Link in the description to the Discord. Follow me on Instagram. Like all my posts on Instagram looks better. Subscribe to the channel. I already told you about the playlist in the description. Go to my website, give me your email. All this other stuff, okay? This video was so amazing. 35 minutes of straight value. Those are my call to actions. See you next video.